Hi, welcome to Free Fiddle Lessons. Today we're going to look at the A major scale and some exercises we can do with that scale to practice string crossings and bowings. So we learned the A major scale also in the Boiled and Cabbage Down video, but we're going to go through it again. So we're going to start on open A, then we're going to place our first finger B with a big space between the nut and the first finger, and it should sound like this. So let's play from A to B. Then we play C sharp, another big space, and the third finger D right next to the C sharp. Let's play that much again. And then we continue with the same fingerings on the E string. So we play open E first. First finger is F sharp. Second finger, big space, is G sharp. And third finger right next to it is high A. We can also just call it A. I call it high A to distinguish from open A. So let's play that whole scale starting on open A. And we'll reverse. High A, back to G sharp. So we can also practice some bow rhythms. We're going to use the shuffle bow rhythm, which sounds like this. So in music notation is a quarter note followed by 2/8 notes, and that sequence, that would be one shuffle bow. And so we're going to practice by playing 2 shuffle bows on each note for the scale. But first, just practice the shuffle bow. So it's a long and then 2 shorts. And that looks like one long bow, and then 2 short bows in place. Then one long bow the other direction, and 2 short bows in place. So when we're moving the bow this way on any string, away from the frog, we call it a down bow. When we're moving towards the frog, it's called an up bow. And this is the frog here, where we place our hand. So away from the frog, away from your hand, is a down bow, and or moving your hand away, and moving your hand towards you is an up bow. So practice just the shuffle bows. Ready, go. Long, short, short, long, short, short, long, short, short, long, short, short. So now we're going to do 2 shuffle bows for each note of the scale. This also gives you some time to put your fingers down if moving your fingers quickly is hard. So we'll start on open A. First finger B. E string. Now the first finger. High A again. Over to A string, third finger. Good. Okay, so now often the hardest part of that is moving from the open E string on the way back down the scale over to the third finger on the A string. So it can help to practice just that. Moving from E to D, which is the third finger on the A string. One thing that also helps is to actually get your third finger moving over and hovering over the string, or even sometimes pressing down the note before you move your bow. So rather than waiting with your fingers in the air while you play E and then having to scramble to get them all to the A string, you're going to play E, hand moves over, and then your finger can go right down to play the note. And that will be true in other tunes as well, that it helps to move your fingers a little ahead of the string change when you can. Sometimes you need to move directly from a finger note to a finger note, sometimes even from a third finger to third finger. And then we have some special fiddle tricks that we use there. But most of the time it helps to kind of let your fingers hover over notes that are coming up. The next thing we're going to do is use some bowing. So that's combining different notes on one bow stroke. So we're going to play 2 notes of the scale on each bow stroke to start out. So we'll play from A to B on a down bow, from C sharp to D on an up bow, etc. So it looks like this: A to B. See how the bow kept moving. Now we're going to do the same thing on an up bow, C sharp to D, third finger to fourth finger. Second finger to third finger, sorry. Let's do that much again. Same pattern on the E string, down bow, E to F sharp, and up bow. And then we'll go back down the bowing. Same thing again. And now 4 notes per bow. So we'll do all the notes of the A string one bow, all the notes of the E string on the up bow. Ready, go. So that one moves a little more quickly. You might need to practice the others for a while before you're able to get your fingers moving that quickly. The last thing I want to do, or the second to last thing, is to play this little exercise that I developed to help practice string crossings and also accurate and quick finger placement. So what we do is we play an A scale, but after every single note we play open A. So we start with 2 A's in a row, and then to B, back to A, to C sharp, back to A, to D, back to A. And then we get to practice string crossings on the E string because we play open E, back to A, F sharp, back to A. And that, I find, when you practice it slowly and clearly, really helps develop your string crossing ability. So let's try it nice and slowly. 2 A's to start. B, back to A. C sharp, back to A. Third finger, D, back to A. Open E, back to the A string. F sharp, back to A. G sharp, and high A to A. And if you're having trouble making those string crossings sound good, you can actually stop your bow in between and actually move it to the string and then stop it to come back. We'll try going down now. So high A, open A, G sharp, open A, F sharp, open A, etc. Second finger, first finger, E. Now on the A string, third finger, open, second finger, open, first finger, open, and a big long A to close. Okay, and the last thing we're going to do today is an A major arpeggio. An arpeggio is the notes in a chord drawn out over time. So we play one note at a time through the notes that would make up a chord if we played them all at once. And the word actually comes from harp, because that's what harps do, is they play. It's also sometimes called broken chords, when you don't play the chord notes all at once. So we're going to play A, open, second finger, which is C sharp, open E, which is the third note of the A major chord, and then we usually finish arpeggios by playing also the first note, or the root note, up high. So we'll play high A, and then we'll go back down. So it'll be A, C sharp, E, A, E, C sharp, A. Sounds like this. And there's some things to do with the A scale and the A arpeggio.